Although we think of everything on the internet as up in the ether somewhere, what we see online lives physically here, on Earth, stored in hardware called servers in a building often referred to as a data center. So how does that code on a server get to your computer, and does it matter what kind of server is being used?
The answer is yes, it does matter. When you purchase shared web hosting, you can rent a part of the server, or the whole server, in the case of a virtual private server, VPS. We'll explore this now as we move through this course, A Guide to Web Hosting.
How web hosting works is more straightforward than you may think. A website user uploads the files needed to create the website onto the hosting server. That stores the information, making it available when a visitor types in the address to that part of the server.
Let's demystify and explain two pieces of this workflow. The first part is what to upload to the server that creates the website. If you are solely purchasing shared web hosting, you are buying space on the hosting server like a plot of land. What you upload is, well, it's up to you, with some restrictions, of course. And this is why if you don't know what to upload, you hire a website designer and developer for them to build your house.
The other options you'll see are website builders like GoDaddy Website Builder, Wix, Squarespace, or Shopify, just to name a few. These applications combine a website building platform with shared hosting. It's like giving you a prefab turnkey home on top of the land. There can be limited freedom in design, and you can't move their platform to another web host, but it helps for a quick move-in.
A third option is the middle ground between shared web hosting and a website builder. This we will call platform-specific hosting, like Managed WordPress Hosting. It gives you the land along with the foundation and materials to build your house. We'll talk about this more in an upcoming lesson.
For now, we want you to see that even when you purchase website builders, you are purchasing hosting. It's just bundled. For the most part, website builders used shared hosting, which can affect the kinds of resources your website is allotted.
Well, with that in mind, let's discuss the different types of web hosting or land you can buy. A hosting server isn't cheap. Those website servers, infrastructure, hardware, and software need to run smoothly to connect to the internet without interruption. Web hosting companies need to provide the service of this infrastructure and deal with ongoing maintenance. This is why there is different pricing around how much of that hosting server you actually need.
Shared hosting is the least expensive option. With this type of hosting, your website shares the same server as several other websites.
That's right. All the websites stored on your server will share a finite amount of resources, such as disk space, processing power, and memory. Total costs are split between all the users, which keeps your costs low. The drawback is that if another website on the server uses a lot of resources or is hacked, it can cause issues with your own website.
The low cost is why website builders bundle shared hosting into their packages. It keeps the monthly price affordable. Other advantages are that resources for website builders are capped, and providers can implement server-wide protections, avoiding the risks Jeffrey just covered.
Well, then there are virtual private servers, or VPS, which store multiple websites on a single server. In this case, you get your own environment with dedicated RAM and disk space resources. VPS hosting is more powerful than shared hosting. Well, because it has its own operating system, CPU cores, and memory that you can fully control and configure. That means better processing, although more expensive. The risk of your website being affected by what's happening on other sites is reduced. It also means it can handle a lot of website traffic.
We want lots of website traffic. To make things a bit confusing, there is another variation of hosting called cloud hosting. Now, cloud hosting works like a VPS, but it stores websites on multiple servers on a network across the world. This way, the user isn't paying for a spot on the server, just the amount of resources it uses. It can vary from low cost to more expensive based on usage. This allows for easy scalability. The drawback is that it isn't a fixed, predictable cost.
Now that we understand how web hosting works, let's take a look at platform-specific type of hosting, like Managed WordPress, and see the differences between website building platforms when it comes to hosting.
Let's do it.